The world, it died with the Great Silence. No bomb, no plague, just a slow fade. The sizzle of bacon, the rush of a toilet, the nightly choir of crickets all gone. Imagine a world where the only sound is the one you make yourself. Talk, clap, strum a guitar. But the world itself silent. My name is Cora. I'm a sound weaver, one of the last people born with the ability to harvest and replicate lost sounds. I'm 19, and I'm all that's left. My job is simple, terrifying, and vital. I maintain the Resonance Archive, a vault deep beneath the ruins of the New York Public Library. It's filled with millions of glass jars, each holding a genuine, original sound from the old world. Today, my heart was a drum against my ribs. I was down to the last. My grandfather, the greatest weaver, captured it just before the silence fully descended. He always said, Cora, the ocean is the soul of the planet. If that sound is truly lost, we are too. I lifted the jar. It was the size of a coffee mug, filled with a swirling, deep blue light. For weeks, I'd been rationing it, releasing just a 10-second burst of crashing waves every Sunday for the silent city above. It was their weekly miracle, their reminder of life. I twisted the lid. Nothing. I tried again. Still nothing. My hands were shaken. I brought it close to my ear, straining in the absolute vacuum of the vault. And then I heard it. Not the roar of the sea, a tiny, desperate tapping. Tap, 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 tap. It was coming from inside the jar. A cold terror gripped me. The rules are absolute. Never interfere with a captured sound. It's pure, volatile energy. But the tapping grew frantic. It wasn't random. It had a rhythm with a shaking breath. I broke the seal, not to release the ocean, but just to listen. A voice, tiny and crackling with terror, poured out, hello. Is anyone there? My name is Elias. I was on a fishing trip. The waves, they stopped moving. They just froze. I'm trapped inside the sound. Can anyone hear me? My blood ran cold. The Resonance Archive didn't hold recordings. It held moments. The last sound of the ocean wasn't just a sound, it was a moment in time, and someone was trapped inside it. To free him, I'd have to empty the jar, releasing the last sound of the ocean into the world, where it would vanish forever. I had a choice, save the soul of the planet or save a single, screaming man. I looked at the swirling blue light, at the imprisoned man, and then I thought of the silent city waiting for their Sunday miracle. My fingers tightened around the glass. I leaned toward the jar and whispered 2 words that would change everything. Hold tight. I snatched a fresh, empty jar from the shelf. My plan was insane, a violation of every Weaver law. I placed the empty jar opposite jar 404. Then I began to weave. I opened the original jar just a crack, letting the voice scream, hurry. I pushed my own life force into the escaping sound, not just capturing Elias's moment, but trying to siphon the water away from him and into the new jar. The blue light streamed between the jars, a liquid, glowing rope. It was agonizingly slow. The voice was fading. Finally, with a loud whoosh, the last of the blue light poured into the new jar. Silence, then a cough. a sputtering human cough. The voice, now full-sized and disoriented, said, "W, where am I? What happened to the waves?" I had done it. I had 2 jars now. Jar 404 empty and jar 405 the ocean. The sound and the man were saved. But then I realized my mistake. In my panic, I'd siphoned every single droplet. I didn't just have the last sound of the ocean anymore. I had the sound of the ocean and a small, terrified fisherman still floating in the middle of it. Tap, tap. His voice came again from jar 405, muffled. "Hello? Is anyone there?" The waves just froze again. I'm back in the sounds. I closed my eyes. I had just traded one impossible choice for a new one. How do you save a man who is destined to live inside the last sound of the sea?